History of the backstroke. Freestyle swimming events were introduced to the Olympic Games in 1896. That encouraged swimmers to experiment with variations of breaststrokes and the front crawl. The backstroke developed from the front crawl as it was essentially an upside-down version of the stroke. The first backstroke competition was introduced in 1900s, popularized by Harry Hebner. Unlike the other competitive strokes, the backstrokes start with the swimmer pushing off the wall rather than diving into the pool. The muscles that are used for backstroke, even though you're swimming on your back, use your abdominals in addition to the muscles of your back, the latissimus dorsi to support you as you float through the water during the backstroke. You also use the gastrocnemius and soleus to keep your foot plantar flex, the tibialis anterior and the muscles in your feet to propel you through the water, together with the muscles in your shoulders and the deltoids. Gluteus maximus and medius contract and initiate upbeat of the kick. Vastus lateralis, intermedius medialis, and rectus femoris for the forceful knee extension. Biceps brachii for elbow flexion. Triceps brachii for the full elbow extension. The role of the energy systems in swimming. When a swimmer first pushes off the wall, they will be using what's called the ATP-PC system, which lasts for about 10 seconds at maximal intensity exercise. After this initial bout, the energy expenditure will continue to use ATP-PC system for the next few strokes, then the lactic acid system will take over. Now that the lactic acid system or the anaerobic glycolysis system has taken over, the swimmer continues to be able to push through the exercise for the next 30 seconds to a minute, depending on how high the intensity is. After this time frame, the lactic acid system will have also been used until it gets replenished. The aerobic system then takes over as the dominant energy source. The aerobic system never really fully takes over as the swimmer is underwater for most of the exercise and only comes up for a quick breath not very often. While the other systems have been exhausted, this system is still able to pick up some of the slack through these small breaths. This limited amount of oxygen which will usually suffice for the duration of the exercise until recovery can take place. As seen in this video, the athlete is doing this backstroke perfectly. So how do we do a backstroke perfectly? By keeping our body flat like a plant. When you're doing a backstroke, you want your body to stay as flat on the surface of the water as possible. The smaller your profile in the water, the less resistance you'll feel as you swim and the easier it will be to go fast. Most people have a hard time getting their hips to float on the surface of the water, so they sink down a little below the surface. This is okay, but try to keep your hips as close to the surface as possible. It will be easier to keep yourself flat once you are moving. Use the flutter kick. As soon as you're in the position on your back, start kicking. Your legs should be straightened, close together, and line up below your hips. Use short kicking motions to propel yourself forward. As you raise one leg, kick the other one down, and vice versa. For best results, keep your legs straight and kick from your hips rather than from your knees. This will give you more power and prevent you from getting sore knees. Use a long fluid arm motion. As you start to kick forward, keep your arms at your sides. Reach one arm up in front of you. It should point out towards the sky or the ceiling. Bring it up over your head, by your ear, and down into the water. It will be pointing in the direction you're traveling. When your arm hits the water, bring it down and scull outward to propel yourself forward. As you do this, raise the other arm and perform the same motion. Repeat. Position your hands to minimize resistance. To swim as importantly as possible, remember that your hands should enter and exit the water with their edges first, not their palms. When you lift your arm out of the water, lead your thumb. When it enters the water, lead your thumb as well. This minimizes its profile and keeps its water resistance low. When your hand is under the water, pulling you forward, rotate it so your palm is facing your feet. This will give you a propulsive energy to go forward. To improve your swimming technique, you can use a kickboard to keep your body position as flat as you can. Your head should be still and your neck relaxed. The water level should cover your ears and your eyes should look up and the back. What should you eat before your swim? If you're going for a swim, it is important to eat properly at the right times. It will help you develop your strength and your cardio fitness to achieve a good performance. You must eat 2 to 4 hours before your swim. Allow the food to digest. Easy to digest foods such as steamed vegetables and fruits are recommended food before you go for a swim. Foods that are rich in carbohydrates are a great source of energy. By eating a small amount of carbs before you hit the pool, you'll benefit from a slow release of energy while you swim, helping you to keep going for longer. Just ensure you leave plenty of time to eat, so avoid feeling bloated. To improve your stamina and muscle tone, swimming is also a great cardiovascular activity and the best choice for an all-over body workout and vastly improves fitness, while virtually eliminating impact on joints and muscles. Types of joints that are used in swimming. The hinge joint permits a motion allowing parts of the body to extend and flex. With this particular joint, one bone must be concave and the other convex to allow the most extensive range of motion. An example of a hinge joint used in swimming would be the knee. Also, socket joint and the saddle joints are used to complete the stroke when rotating the arm. No matter your age, weight, or condition, swimming is one of the best low-impact exercises. It's ideal for everything from weight loss to cardiac rehabilitation. Swimming works many different muscle groups at the same time, ranging from your core to your legs and arms. Water does this by providing resistance for your muscles to work against. You can maximize the number of muscles you work by varying the kinds of strokes you perform. Swimming works to build your lean muscles, which improves your metabolism. And third, and most important, water takes pressure off your joints, making swimming a viable workout for anyone, even those with injuries, including arthritis and joint weakness that come with age. Keep in mind though, swimming workouts should initially be done in shorter segments, since your cardiovascular system is forced to work differently than on land, where you can breathe in and out freely. Just as the average person or athlete can benefit from swimming as much as cross training, swimmers can also benefit from cross training on land. Swimmers can do endurance building, strengthening, and flexibility exercises to improve their technique in the pool. Endurance building exercises help deal with the intense cardiovascular demands of swimming. The cardio work includes biking, running, and jumping rope. Strengthening exercises should involve multiple joints to simulate the full body workout of swimming. Swimming may be a great low-impact workout for non-swimmers, but if you spend as much time in the pool, injuries can still happen because your sport is structured in a way that requires constant and intense training. Overworked muscles and joints oftentimes get injured. The most common injuries in swimming involve the shoulder, such as the tendinitis and or labrum tears or rotator cuff. So while swimming is great, safe workout for the average person, anything in excess can cause your body to break down. Don't let that scare you away from the pool though. The fact that only common swimming injuries tend to result from overuse as opposed to acute onset injuries in other sport and exercises is evidence that swimming is relatively easy on the body.